Welcome in gamers, much loved Magic the Gathering players. Travis here, Magic learning Magic backwards and forwards, MTG of the day 20 something, rocking. That intro is starting to get in the rhythm. Rocking a negative life combo in this deck tech today. Really fun, unique deck that breaks the rules of Magic, goes into negative life range, feels very Orzhov white black, and finishes with a giant combo Death Shadow. So before we get into the deck breakdown, quickly run over why this deck tech is up here with no matches following if you watch it in the first day. So the birth of this channel had a lot of experimentation, seeing what I could keep up and what you all liked the most. And the MTG of the day thing is going great. It's something that I really like. It represents something more than Magic, but about daily improvement, daily discipline, coming back and trying again every single day. And I really like that. It feels like it's fun. You like it. It's good for my own life. So it's something that we're going to do. Keep doing. So at this point, instead of experimenting, it's more about refining and making this better. And as part of the revision today is to put out the deck tech and then the matches. So I've just been putting out matches and then doing kind of a deck tech at the end of the match. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It makes sense to really go over the deck in detail before we play. So that's what we're doing. It also, to me, does not make sense to unload on you a deck tech in 3 or 4 matches all in one day. That just doesn't make sense. I don't want to play that much in a day either, so why not play it, upload it, play it, upload it. Get in the daily rhythm of things is really what this is about. So that's what we're going to continue to see throughout 2016. Maybe not the 7 videos a week as I've been doing, but maybe I will continue that. So we'll see how that goes. Now, let me know what you think about that. I know some of you are like, man, this deck's sweet. Why can't I see the matches? Hey, we're building suspense. It's for a reason. Okay, now moving into the deck itself. So check out Death Shadow. This is really the linchpin of the deck. 1 black for a 13/13. It gets -X, -X, where X is your life total. So if your life total is 1, it's a 12/12. But if your life is -50, -50 minus 50 is +50, so it's a 68, right? It's a math joke. It's funny. I like it. But the question is, how do we get to negative life? So there's 2 white cards that let us go into negative territory. Angel's Grace for a white, one-time shot. Can't lose the game this turn. Damage that would reduce you to 1, reduces less than 1, reduces you to 1. But if you lose life, you can go more negative. Phyrexian Unlife. It seems like it should have black in it. This doesn't look like a white card. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. As long as you have 0 or less life, all damage is dealt to you as though its source had infect. So worth noting, both these cards are decent on their own at making it harder for the opponent to kill you, but they also let us live in the negative zone. Now we have 8 of them, which is a good amount. We also have black cards that put us in the negative life. Spoils of the Vault. Tap for a black, name a card, flip cards until we find that card, exile the other cards, and you lose 1 life for each of the cards exiled. So we can use it to search for something, or we can name something that isn't in our deck, flip our deck up, exile it, and lose 40 life points, and grow our Death Shadow. Finally, we have Ad Nauseam. Horrendous art on this card. Reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Lose life equal to its mana cost, and you may repeat this process any number of times. So we can draw our whole deck and we lose about 70 life or something like that, the total cost of all the cards in our deck. So the question is what we do once we have a negative 68 Death Shadow, or with Ad Nauseam, we just draw our whole deck. So there's basically 2 approaches this deck can take. The first is, say we use Ad Nauseam with either of these. Either we draw Ad Nauseam or we use Spoils of the Vault for Ad Nauseam. We draw our deck, we have 4 Simian Spirit Guides. We can exile them all for 4 mana. Manamorphose to get black, white, or black, black. So we get 4 mana. We can play, if we only have 2 mana, say we use a couple Spirit Guides, we could put down a Death Shadow, which is big enough, and throw Messenger's Speed on it, which gives it trample and haste. Right? If we have extra mana, we can use Rite of Consumption to drain one player out in case this could be a multiplayer deck, right? drain them out equal to the damage, equal to the power of the Death Shadow. Or if we have enough mana, we can do this instant speed. For people wondering how we're going to beat a counterspell deck, if they tap out at the end of our turn because they think they're safe to put in a Vendilion Click or a creature, Scout's Warning. Next creature you can play with Flash, Death Shadow with Flash, Simian Spirit Guide's Fling, instant speed to the Chrome Dome. Bang. Right? So basically that's how the Ad Nauseam kill works. Alternatively, we can just get a Death Shadow and then Spoils the Vault for the Flang or for the Messenger's speed. Or we can do it the natural way as well, because a lot of these decks are trying to attack our life total, put us to one, kill us, right, through the life total. So our Death Shadow is naturally going to grow, and we can just start beating down. Support it with Thoughtseize, attack the opponent's hand, Inquisition of Kozilek, one Slaughter Pact is removal. Then we have Pentad Prism and Simian Spirit Guide to really increase the speed of our deck. Pentad Prism, Sunburst, put 2 charge counters on it, unload them at once. So we play this turn 2. Turn 3 we have 5 mana with the Simian Spirit Guide. That's 6 mana to cast Ad Nauseam Angel's Grace for a turn 3 kill. Then looking at the sideboard, we have a good amount of ways to deal damage to ourselves with Marsh Flats, Godless Shrine, City of Brass, red mana to cast a few of our red spells, and then Urborg. I like Orzhov Basilica, gives us slightly more gas, as I'm only playing 20 lands, which is not a whole lot. 28 total mana, but only 20 lands, because we really need the 4 Simians in the deck for the Ad Nauseam combo to work, and Pentad Prism is such a burst of speed. And then we can't play a ton of lands because we just have too much mana, so we're a little bit land light. Orzhov Basilica helps with that. Also, we have Molten Slag Heap, which we can put charge counters on to get extra mana. So, real fun, negative life, black, white, also has a beatdown plan. Take a quick look at the sideboard, what our options are. So, a few things. We have Ranger of Eos, which is pretty sweet against grindy, control, counter, 4 mana, 3/2, search for 2 Death Shadows, and we can just go on the beatdown with that. Similarly, Phyrexian Arena, if the game's going to go long. Another discard and duress. Way to stabilize the board and timely reinforcements. Pyroclasms, so that we can sweep against Affinity, Infect, stuff like that. Spellskite is just a good card, protection. Wear and Tear is a way to blow up Leyline of Sanctity and stuff like that, destroy an artifact or enchantment. Molten Slag Heap as another land. I like to play an extra land. In certain matchups you want more mana. Really slow counter decks, we want to just hit land drops, overload their counter magic, and the charge lands really help with that. Finally, Leyline of Sanctity against decks chock full of discard, or against burn decks, stuff like that. This can be pretty helpful. So that's the deck. Super fun. I really like it. It's awesome. There's other variations of it out there as well that play stuff like Avatar of Hope or Spellskite, weird stuff, and that can be fun too. I like kind of the real combo Ad Nauseam approach. It's such an easy way to win, and it's fun. It's a really cool way to win too. So super fun deck, super unique. We will get to the matches tomorrow if you're watching this fresh, and this is going to be the new rhythm before a deck. We're going to deck tech it, because why not? It doesn't make sense. Also, it doesn't make sense to drop them all at once. So, yeah, I hope you find this enjoyable. Thanks to all our patrons for the support. Looking forward to 2016. I know many of you are going to be watching this in the far future, and this information is... The extraneous stuff is irrelevant, but we'll get to the matches and talk about some non-Magic stuff as well. Many of you know that I like to throw out one question or go in various directions. I've been sharing stuff with my own personal development on this channel, so I hope you find that useful as well. It's more than a Magic channel, just because it would be boring to me if it was just Magic. Not boring, but purposeless. It's very important that my work has a purpose, and this is really about learning, growing, getting better, getting wiser, getting smarter. And so Magic is a great tool with that, but I also like to bring in other stuff too. Anyways, that's enough. I'll see you all tomorrow for the deck tech. Much love. Thank you all. or for the matches. Let's get to it.